It's just something that has always been looking forward to. It could happen potentially in the future, and it's just nice to be sort of rewarded in a way, just like recognized for what I've been doing, and it's nice. It's a special feeling. It was exciting. I got to tell my family, and they're all excited. It just makes it that much more fun to come out here every day and do what I do.
Save mom and dad a bunch of money, or
Definitely.
a loan payment
Definitely.
or something, or
I was yeah, it was going to be a tough next year, trying to put together some money for a final season, but kind of came through at the right time, and it was nice to be able to call my parents and give them that phone call.
And you got 2 years left, right?
Yeah, so I have another season after this one.
How'd you find out, or what they do to tell you?
So we were in a team meeting, usually line up the seniors, and they have their senior talks. And me being a junior, I was sitting in my chair like, oh, I'm just gonna another year for listening to it. And Coach Harrison called my name out. He's like, you might want to come down here. We've been having trouble with your eligibility because I got a medical red shirt back from my freshman year. And he said, we've been having trouble with it, so we don't know if you're gonna have an opportunity next year. So we want you to come down and talk now. So I was pretty mad and all upset, and I sat down in the chair, sat down with my arms crossed and scowl on my face, and he said, I have 2 things for you. The first thing is that was false, and the second thing is you're on scholarship. And I sort of just like broke down, and all my friends came running down from the stands, not stands, the seats, and just overwhelmed, didn't know what to do, just trying to shake everyone's hands while I'm trying to like not cry. And it was an exciting experience, definitely something that I'm going to remember for a long time.
So you believed him, you were actually worried?
Yeah, well, it was something that when I came over I had to do a bunch of paperwork for, and they had to send it in, so I had no idea if it was fake or not, but I believed it. But he likes those surprises.
You know, I know Sean was saying the other day that he trusts you more than anything, that you're going to get the ball to him. What's been the key to getting that consistency with the snaps?
Every day at practice, people probably know we don't do a whole lot. We stand on the sideline, but every day we go out, you try and find something to tweak. Ball might be going a little bit to the right, you sort of want to bring your hands over, but every day you're looking for something to work on. And it's nice with Sean and Dan. They've been around, we've been around each other so much, you can notice when something's off, and they can sort of give you hints and just work together on it.
With you back, Sean back, Dan back, you guys expect that kind of operation to be pretty good this year?
Yeah, it's nice to be back with the same guys because you trust each other and you've been around each other. And just so if I do my job, that's just one less thing Dan or Sean has to worry about when they're going out on the field. So it's nice that you can count on them. I mean, you don't even second guess it. You're sort of just snap the ball. All right, it's a good kick, and just walk off the field.
remind me your path here. So you went to, was it Ohio Wesleyan?
Yes, it was
okay.
a
You were there
D3.
for 1 year?
A semester.
A semester, okay. And you played a little bit that year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I played 3 games, and
Okay,
then I
you
broke
got
my
hurt.
wrist.
Okay,
Yeah.
and what were you playing? You were
Just long snapping.
You're just long snapping, okay.
Yeah, I'm not big enough.
And then you transferred here immediately?
Yes.
Okay,
And,
you played right away, right?
Got here in January, and I played that upcoming season. I think it was 4 games.
And how were you eligible to play right away coming in?
I didn't receive any financial aid,
Okay.
or I didn't get recruited out there. I sort of went out there on my own, and
Okay.
I think it was one-time transfer rule, some bylaw or something. I don't know.
Did you know immediately coming here that you were going to be able to play right away?
I thought I was gonna have to sit out, but it was actually kind of funny. My mom sort of dug and looked for stuff, and she found it. So yeah, sort of brought out the mama's boy side of me.
So you've been in all kinds of limbo during your career.
Yeah,
so
up and
that was
downs
nothing
and
new when they
everything.
threw that out.
Yeah.
What does it mean to be a long snapper on scholarship? I mean, that's kind of a position. It's becoming more and more popular, but what does it mean to come here and earn a scholarship as a long snapper?
You know, it's tough. Most long snappers, they go to college, they're all walk-ons typically for specialists. Just sort of grinding until you get on that field and you can sort of prove that you're going to do the same thing every single time. I mean, like every other position, the number one thing is consistency. And so just trying to hit Sean on his hip every time and give Matt good snaps so he can put the ball down and have Dan kick it with ease. So the number one thing is probably consistency, and then you can start putting in other things like speed and, I don't know, if you can block, run downfield.
I know you kind of joke around about, standing on the sidelines a lot, but, how much time do you work on long snapping?
Typically in a day I'll get around 50 to 150 snaps. you won't do as much for punt snaps, I guess, because you get sort of tired and worn out. Your back gets a little bit tired, and it'll start throwing off just little tiny things, but it can throw off your snap and create bad habits. So I'd say probably 30, 45 minutes of practice, you're getting quality work in. And then the other time's more of just thinking about it. Like every 5 minutes, you'll sit down like, hey, I didn't like the way that felt. I'll sort of get back down and grab the ball and try and snap again and get it back into like a groove almost. Just getting that muscle memory.
How many snaps that you would consider bad snaps have you had in a game at Boise State?
Probably a couple. I mean, when you want to be perfect, you want to give like on a field goal, you want to give laces forward, so Matt doesn't have to rotate the ball, and the margin for error is kind of small for me because you want to be perfect. You should be perfect, and most of it's just calming your nerves when you go out on the field and sticking to what you've been doing forever. I mean, I've snapped the ball thousands of times. It's just doing it again at a different time.
How do you control where the laces are on?
So when
7 yards behind you.
When you snap a field goal, the ball rotates a certain amount of times. You have a consistent spiral just based off how your hands are moving. So I think my ball rotates like 3 times. So I can get it, usually it's like 7 yards or like 7 yards and 2 inches, and it'll rotate just enough to where he catches the ball and the laces are forward.
How do you practice that?
A lot of snap.
You know, I ask in jest, but you kind of alluded to it when you came up here. But how important is it for you to kind of be a guy that we don't talk about too much, I guess?
Oh, I mean, it's a good game if you're not mentioned at all. It's a good season if you're not mentioned at all. I sort of like to be the invisible guy. I mean, unless I somehow get down to make a tackle, but that's just a bonus. But just staying unknown is probably the best thing I could do because that means I'm doing my job.
And now you know.